thing. I watched the whole thing as a Korean, and I thought Netflix got some things completely right and some things completely wrong. What if you could rent a boyfriend? Not a scam, not a joke, romantic dinner, sweet words, zero drama whatsoever. You can cancel anytime. Sounds perfect, right? Hi, my name is Rosie. Welcome to my channel, The Korean Mindset. Boyfriend on Demand, or 월간남친 in Korean, is Netflix's latest Korean drama, and it's been breaking records in Korea. Here's the premise. A subscription service where you can rent a boyfriend for companionship, dates, and emotional support. No strings attached. Our main character, Samire, played by Jisoo from Blackpink, is an ISTJ girl, a webtoon PD in her late 20s. She's overworked, emotionally drained, and has basically given up on real relationships. And then there is a guy named Park Kyung-nam, who is also ISTJ guy. He is also a webtoon PD at the same company. So here's the thing. I watched the whole thing as a Korean, and I thought Netflix got some things completely right and some things completely wrong. Watch till the end and you will learn Korean culture faster than anyone else. Okay, so what Netflix actually nailed? The first scene that hit me was this woman doing her makeup on the subway on the way to work. If you've never been on Seoul Metro during rush hour, especially early morning, this might look like a weird moment, right? Just showing that she's busy. But for a Korean woman in their 20s or 30s watching this, it's like a mirror. Korean commutes are so long because living in Seoul is so expensive, very unaffordable. Work hours are very long, so you have to optimize. You have to be good at time management. So you sleep on the subway, you do your makeup on the subway. You could see some people studying on the subway actually. It's all about survival. That small scene, Netflix packed into the entire lifestyle of a typical Korean woman. Okay, so here is a scene I need to talk about. Mire works as a PD, right? Managing a famous webtoon artist, and her ex-coworker previously managed the same artist, sent her sauna coupons. Like a lot of sauna coupons as a gift. If you're not Korean, you probably thought, okay, so she's going to get some spa day, cute. But here's what scene actually means. First, power dynamic. In Korea, the popular webtoon artist is Gop, the one with power, and the platform Mire's company is the one who needs them. So Mire's entire job is essentially chase this difficult artist, call her endlessly, beg, send gifts, show up uninvited if necessary. Second, the sauna coupon itself. In Korea, saunas aren't just spas. They are the cheapest place where you could go to sleep. It's around 30K won, that's about $20. And yeah, so if you miss the train, that's where you have to go, especially in the middle of the night. So they're not actually saying, enjoy a nice evening, get some rest. They're actually saying, you are going to be chasing this artist so late that you won't make it home.
진짜 미치겠다.
So it's not a gift, it's a survival kit. Netflix subtitled the words correctly, but the meaning, it's something that only locals could know. The wedding scene on the surface, just a scene at a wedding, right? Catching up with old school friends with a little awkward small talk. But Korean weddings aren't just celebrations. They're social check-ins. Everyone is quietly keeping score. Oh my gosh, you got so pretty. Are you dating someone? How's your job? Have you gained weight? You got so pretty, that thing, right? There's entire conversation happening underneath the conversation. Looks, pauses, the order in which people ask questions. Korean women in their 20s or 30s know exactly what I'm talking about. That scene was so painful in the most accurate way possible. Netflix understood the subtext there. Now, where Netflix missed. First, the confession scene. Here, Park Kyung-nam confesses his feelings directly, right? Very clearly and sincerely, no build-up whatsoever. Just like, I like you. And here's how I feel. Well, in fact, that's not what typical Korean guys normally do. In Korean dating culture, there is a concept called 밀당, literally push and pull. In Korea, showing all your cards at once is seen as risky, not romantic. It's like jumping into a pool without checking the temperature. You don't say what you feel. You hint at it, and you watch how the other person responds. A direct, out-of-nowhere confession like this in real life, most Korean women would be like, what? Oh, what did you say? Of course not in a good way. Second, the work dinner scene. 회식. Netflix showed the classic version. Boss at the head of the table, everyone drinking. But here's what actually happening in Korea right now. Most young people are quietly walking away from this. A recent survey found that the number one thing Korean employees hate the most about work dinners is being pressured to drink. And after COVID, something changed. Koreans got their evenings back during lockdown and they didn't want to give them back. The mindset has shifted from organization first to individual first. So what does a modern 회식 look like today? Think perfume making workshops, letter craft one-day classes, like just making pasta together, group cooking sessions. It's about shared experiences that actually result in something rather than just sitting there while your senior tells you the same stories over and over again. That's so boring, right? And Netflix showed you 2020. Korea is actually living in 2026. And third, Chae-myun. Face, reputation, how you appear to others. The drama actually shows two different things happening at once. Some women are openly showing off the service, like keyrings, treating it almost like a flex. But then you also have Mire and the famous webtoon artist both quietly hiding the fact that they use the service. And here is the brutal truth about Korean culture. Korea has tight social circles. Word move fast. And the silent judgment is very real. The assumption being she couldn't get the real one. That label is something most Korean women would do anything to avoid. So the hiding makes complete sense. But the drama treats it like a personal choice. Like this specific woman just happened to be private people. In reality, it wouldn't be a choice at all. It would be a given. Everyone would be hiding it. That's the part Netflix softened the social stigma for a global audience. But in reality, the rent-a-boy service thing wouldn't be just a secret. It would be a scandal if caught. The silent judgment in Korea is louder than any spoken words. So overall, after brutally reviewing and watching this drama, I will give 4 out of 5. Here is what earns those 4 stars. There is something this drama captures that almost impossible to explain to someone who didn't grow up in Korea. The storyline between Mire and her ex-boyfriend hits differently for me. In Korea, military service is about 2 years mandatory. And during those 2 years, relationships are on hold. Your girlfriend has to wait, obviously, otherwise you have to break up. Even if coming back from the military after 2 years, it's very likely that sometimes you both got changed too much.
우린 끝났으니까.
And the ending shows Mire making peace with that first love. Not with anger, not with regret, with warmth. A quiet goodbye to someone who mattered, someone she shared the most important years of her life with, including the years he was gone. That specific kind of Korean heartbreak, the drama understood it. And it honored it. That's why this drama is resonating with a lot of Korean women in their late 20s right now. It's not just a fantasy, it's also a grief they recognize. Highly recommended. If you watched this far, you know the very things about Korea that most foreigners never figure out. Not from textbooks, not from subtitles, from actually being Korean. If this gave you something, please like the video and please subscribe. Also, I want to hear from you. Did you watch 월간남친? Which scene hit you differently after watching this? Please drop any comments down below. I read every single one. See you in the next one. Ciao. Dinner. Sweet words. Real pink isn't. responsible.